In 1969, at the height of the dramatic space race, NASA performed an experiment that seemed almost reckless. They intentionally crashed a lunar landing module weighing over a ton into the surface of the moon. The objective was to measure geological tremors. But the data received was not the dull thud of soil and rock. The moon, it began to vibrate. It resonated like a massive bronze bell, a metallic echo that lasted continuously for more than 15 minutes. At mission control, scientists sat in stunned silence. According to the laws of physics, a solid mass of rock cannot vibrate in such a manner. Only a hollow structure, a metallic shell, could produce such a surreal resonance. Why was this data tucked away in the drawers of classified files? Why do space agencies constantly attempt to dismiss the hollow moon hypothesis? Could it be that the entity observing Earth every night is not a gift of nature, but a grand machine? Combined with the shocking explanation from Boriska, the boy from Mars, could the moon be a monumental artificial construct designed in prehistory? In the universe, every coincidence has its limit. But with the moon, it seems every law of probability has been bent by an invisible hand. In our solar system, natural satellites are typically tiny tag-alongs. Mars' moons account for only 0.34% of its size. Jupiter, our solar giant, has its largest satellites reaching only 3.5%. But our moon? It occupies a staggering 27% of Earth's diameter. This is an unbelievable ratio, making it the largest satellite in the solar system relative to its host planet. Scientists call this a rare occurrence, but if we look at it through an engineering lens, the moon is too large to be a natural satellite, yet it is the perfect size to stabilize Earth's axis and create life-sustaining tides. Was it inserted here as a life-regulating device? 395. This is no longer a coincidence. This is the calculation of a supreme architect. Did you know the Sun is exactly 395 times larger than the Moon? And miraculously, it is also exactly 395 times further from Earth than the Moon is. This golden ratio allows for the phenomenon of a perfect total solar eclipse, an event where, from the ground, these two entities overlap to the exact millimeter. The probability of this happening naturally is an unimaginable number. This is a grand optical design, a viewing point precisely calibrated for an observer standing on Earth. The Moon has looked at us with a single face for billions of years. It never turns its back. It is locked into a near-perfect circular orbit, an extremely rare feat for satellites captured by gravity, which usually possess elliptical paths. It acts like a fixed observation station, programmed to always point its cameras toward Earth while completely hiding whatever occurs on its dark side, a place humanity can never see from the ground. If the numbers haven't convinced you, look at the materials that compose it. When Apollo astronauts attempted to drill into the lunar surface, they encountered a true shock. Their hardest steel drill bits, specifically designed for this mission, were chipped and shattered. Subsequent chemical analysis revealed that this surface contains a massive amount of pure titanium, chromium, and zirconium. These are metals we use today to build spacecraft hulls, nuclear reactors, and nuclear submarine casings due to their superior heat resistance and anti-corrosive properties. The catch is, in nature, these metals never exist in their pure form. They require a complex metallurgical process and immense energy to refine. The question arises, who refined millions of tons of titanium to wrap a 3,400 kilometers wide entity? The clearest evidence of this armor lies in the impact craters. Look at the massive Gagarin crater, 300 kilometers in diameter. According to the laws of kinetic energy, an impact strong enough to create a 300 kilometers wide crater should gouge into the ground at least 80 to 100 kilometers deep. But on the Moon, the Gagarin crater is only 4 kilometers deep. This is physically impossible, unless, beneath that 4 kilometers layer of rock dust lies an impenetrable metallic hull. Asteroids, no matter how large, are stopped dead by this metallic armor, resulting in craters that are always flat-bottomed and suspiciously shallow. A hollow, armored sphere, that is the conclusion reached by Soviet scientists Vasin and Sherbakov in the 1970s, a hypothesis NASA has spent decades avoiding. Why, after 1972, did humanity suddenly turn its back on the moon? Why, with the superior technology of the 21st century, have we not repeated the feats of the 1960s? The answer may lie in fear. Many testimonies from former NASA officials, including Maurice Chatelain, have hinted at a devastating truth: the Apollo astronauts were never alone. When Neil Armstrong first set foot on the moon, he reportedly messaged about giant spaceships lined up along the rim of a crater. They were being watched. The presence of these unidentified entities was so powerful and advanced that NASA realized they were merely unwelcome intruders. Furthermore, leaked documents regarding Apollo 20, a secret joint mission between the US and the Soviet Union, tell of discovering a cigar-shaped craft over 3,000 meters long, lying dead in a crater at the South Pole. It wasn't an odd rock, it was the wreckage of a fallen civilization or an emissary from a distant galaxy. We didn't stop because of lack of funding, we stopped because we were forbidden from returning. Finally, to weave all these anomalies together, we must listen to the revelations of Boriska, the Russian boy who shocked the world by claiming to be reincarnated from Mars. Boriska asserts that, in his past life memory, the moon is not a natural satellite. It is a massive artificial construct built by a highly advanced prehistoric human civilization. He claims the moon was assembled from giant modules on Earth and then moved into orbit. What was its purpose? Boriska speaks of a black box preserving human memory, a fortress to protect Earth from celestial wars between planets. He even suggests that the moon's arrival caused violent tidal shifts, leading to the Great Flood recorded in all our religions. The moon is a time-regulating machine, a monitoring tool for human development after the collapse of previous civilizations. We look at the sky and see romance. But perhaps, the reality is the coldness of metal and the surveillance of a prehistoric construct. 8 physical evidences, the echo of a hollow bell, the titanium armor, and the warnings from a reincarnated soul, all point in one direction: the moon does not belong to nature. Will you continue to believe in the miraculous coincidences of textbooks, or will you start to see the moon as the hollowed-out legacy of our ancestors? Look closely at it tonight, and ask yourself, who is inside? And what are they waiting for?
Thank you for watching. If you want, you can subscribe to catch the next videos. Or, if you have more time, you can watch other videos on the channel.